anyway.
We're doing it live.
How does he freeze on such a hot pose?
There's no.
Ooh, fun wordplay. Hello, everybody. It's Friday. You did it. It's time to Star Trek and chill. You don't have to push papers or type buttons anymore. Now you've got 2.5 days to just rake leaves and, shovel snow or whatever you do on the weekends.
Or don't. It's your
Yell
life.
at the kids, So we've got so much to discuss. It's going to be so much fun, and we can't wait to discuss it with you. Of course, the big news is Starfleet Academy. We're going to be talking all about that. We've got all the inside information on it. Larry Nemecek is here, and he does a lot of insider trading. He's a Uridian. The Uridians were those information smugglers, right?
Very good. Yes.
Thank you. They're one of my favorite aliens. So Dr. Trek, Larry Nemecek is here. He's calling in from a convention, everybody.
No, this is actually a fake wall. I got to admit it. I've got to say that. No, I'm coming to you from the lovely burg of Lake Charles, Louisiana, where SciFicon is like about 5,000 to 8,000 people by the time it's done. And my booth is set up, but the lovely and talented Terry Farrell is may actually be here in the next 30 minutes or so.
All right.
Okay.
So look forward to that, everybody. Terry has promised that she will be jumping. No, she doesn't even know we're doing this.
I'm putting off eating. So this place called The Hut came around giving all the guests free barbecue. And I'm putting off having my sandwich to join you guys for a few minutes.
Oh, thank you for your sacrifice.
Nice.
Yeah, it's all I can do. Yes.
Now, everybody, Charlene Schmidt is here, the OG in podcasting.
You give me way too much credit there, but thank you.
That's you. Melissa Longo is also here. She's wearing a cool family shirt with the Ferengi family. You can get that in the link at the description box below. Cool shirt. Dr. Anne-Marie Seagull is also wearing a shirt that you can get in the description box below. Click the Star Trek and Chill link and get your own Neelix and Chill shirt. And I'm wearing a purple nurple, I guess.
And Dr. Anne-Marie, I'm wearing a Cadet Alice shirt.
Oh my gosh, I have a mug that matches you.
Oh, that's adorbs.
Your face?
No, I have a Cadet Alex mug. And you know who else has a Cadet Alice t-shirt is Aaron Walke.
Aaron Walke, yes.
Yeah.
I bought one before I could just send him one. So
it's one of my favorite YouTube shows ever.
That is awesome.
So, and just
glad
to let
you brought
everybody
up Prodigy.
Yeah. Oh.
What you got?
If it gets cold, I've got my my Prodigy sweater on lockdown. It's ready. It's right on hold for me here in case it gets chilly.
Oh well, studio
fantastic.
Sweat. Oh well.
Yeah. I mean, that's no Cadet Alice swag, but
And
it's
just
still pretty cool.
As long as I'm on, I'm literally sitting at my booth, and it's kind of low key. It's preview night, but if it gets obnoxious or something, let me know. But from now, so we're doing this here.
Sounds great.
Right.
So everybody in the live chat, we see you, Kimber, Bob D, Glenn, Reginald, Andrew, Galinda, Jenny R. Johnson. Hey. We see all of you, Rose Kirby, War Dog. What's up, Faith Howell? Let us know in the live chat, what are you drinking today? And what are you thinking? If you can fit it all into one comment. My name's Ryan T. Husk, everybody. And I planned ahead with what I'm drinking today. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna knock your socks off if they're loose. Melissa, what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking a live root beer.
that's expensive. They sell that in the grocery store in my building now. I was like, okay, I know everybody says it's good, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so only special occasions. That's why I don't have it every single time. And it's only for Star Trek and Chill. Because I can't,
It's better than the alternative, the ever not popular dead beer.
True. Dead beer. Hey, what's up? Back of the head in the live chat. That is John Orchiola of Screen Rant. Everybody knows. Also, Matt Boardman, the Matt Boardman, is here from VFX of the Orville and Discovery. What a cool guy. Hey,
And Picard preview night. I got to see premiere night. So
he's
Yeah.
taller
Yes,
in
Matt,
person.
Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, he is very tall in person. I was
He's
so
even more
surprised.
He's
in
like
person.
6'13".
No, I was like, "Hi, Matt. How's it going?"
What are you drinking today, Shar? What's up with you?
I just got done talking Babylon 5 over on the Mission Log Discord, so I ran downstairs and grabbed more Diet Coke, and that's it.
Did you
No
have
adult
a
beverages
Norm's
for me
birthday
tonight. We're gonna do
party?
that tomorrow, in fact.
Wait, isn't it Norm's birthday?
It is Norm's birthday. So he went out partying and good for him. So I got to lead the discussion today. We talked Babylon Squared. If you're a Babylon 5 fan, that's a favorite of season 1. We had a good time.
Hi.
I'm so sorry I forgot to come by earlier to see if you needed anything.
That's
It's okay.
awesome.
I'm on a
Happy
live-
birthday,
I'm on
Norm.
Star Trek and
This
Chill.
one's for you.
I'll disturb you then.
Uh,
Good.
Larry's selling his wares at a
Yeah, I want more
convention.
birthday
No, no,
Everybody's
no. I was just being checked on by Elizabeth. See, she's one of the head honchos. She's just making sure I'm good.
Nice.
So
Larry,
Good. I'm
by the
glad
way,
you're
what are
being
you
taken care
sipping
of.
on? Yeah, did she give you some kind of water beverage?
no. Oh, she had one. No, I'm look, if I'd known I was going to be drinking for camera, I would have brought the rum in my room and put it in my canned Diet Coke.
Diet. That's your
Huh?
order.
We got more upstairs.
Oh, okay. Well,
Diet
I
Coke
didn't
for the
think of that.
win.
It is Diet Coke for the road, is what it is. Okay.
Dr. Anne Marie
redeem it
Siegel.
later.
What about you? What are you drinking?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah,
Okay.
with milk, not black.
It's
Is
not
it
a Ractagino, is it?
Yeah, it's a
regular?
Ractitude. Double strong, double sweet. Just kidding. It's just with milk.
you can
Um,
drink coffee in the evening and still sleep?
Oh yeah, it doesn't do anything anymore. It just tastes delicious.
Well, I'll tell y'all what I'm drinking, speaking of tasting delicious. So I realized that I hadn't busted out in a while my handy dandy Star Trek The Experience mug. Ooh.
Cool.
Ooh.
That. Look at that. Oh, what is it? It says my name on it and everything.
Aw.
What a good
Star
life
Trek
we
font?
lead.
No,
Look
wait,
at
is that an
that.
artifact or did you have someone do a retro edition for you?
Oh no, I got this at the Star Trek Experience at
Okay.
the Las Vegas Hilton back in the day. And I'm drinking some yogi tea in there because it's delicious. And it kind of tastes like eucalyptus bark.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh.
And I got a
Wow.
backup because a few days ago I was like, I got to get something for Star Trek and Chill because I've earned it. Shout out to our good buddy Scott Jensen having me some guess if this is green colored.
Okay, why is Liquid Death not sponsoring us?
Yeah, Liquid Death, get on
Also,
it.
Kimber Sports was saying she's drinking White Claw because I turned her onto it. I'm like, okay, these
Hey.
two companies need to be sponsoring us.
They really should be. We'll all drink White Claw if they sponsor
Yeah.
us.
Yep. Intravenously. We'll just do it.
Dang. I wasn't thinking of mainlining it.
So let's see what's everybody drinking here in the live chat. Galenda says I can drink coffee and sleep. You guys are insane. How do you do that?
I used to be able to. Not
See?
anymore.
It's a talent.
It's a skill, is what it is. It's a lot of tolerance.
Kimmer Spores says rum and coke is yum. Starting the weekend already. Lucia is drinking water. Jenny R. Johnson, art. Go check out her art. Is drinking grapefruit bubbly and painting.
Oh,
Cool.
That the first
That
one sounds like a
sounds
good
fun.
drink, not the
Okay.
second.
I have to say, they were maybe giving away free wine at like a hotel lobby a couple blocks down. So that's what I had first. Yeah. And now coffee.
Whoa, Mona's having apple cinnamon walnut herbal tea. Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
I might
That
actually
sounds
drink that.
delicious.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and Bob D says beer and stop effing raining.
We'll turn that switch off for you right now.
Wait, it's
Good
raining
answer.
beer or what?
Ooh.
Is it really?
You know, if it was raining beer, that would be pretty cool,
It's
actually. Everybody go outside. Ah.
Hallelujah, it's raining beer.
Thank you.
Kimber
Okay.
Spores is drinking tangerine white claw. Yum.
Another
That
White
sounds
Claw.
good. All right, that all sounds fun. Well, let's talk about also, I was thinking about, because Melissa made a post today, we're going to be talking about breakfast for dinner.
Oh.
Breakfast for dinner. Larry's like, you tricked me, Ryan. I thought we were going
This
to talk about Star
titillating.
Trek.
Yeah.
But
At
let's
least chilling.
Welcome to the show. This is what we do.
Until then, Larry, what do you know? This is it, everybody. For those of you that don't know, where have you been all day? You know, as in the last 24 hours. But from StarTrek.com, new series order for Star Trek Starfleet Academy is announced. An all-new original series from CBS Studios will follow the adventures of a new class of Starfleet cadets. So no pictures, no previews, no nothing. The only thing that we know is that theoretically maybe Tilly's going to be involved. And we know that Anne-Marie and
I sent you
Larry
another
got the
interview.
inside scoop. Oh,
Well, and Tawny Newsome is going
yeah,
to be
Tawny
in the
Newsom's
writers'
going to be
room.
part of the writer's
Yeah.
room.
Well, so also Hollywood Reporter put out a really interesting, some of these people who put out like press releases last night seem to know more information than this kind of cryptic original thing that I thought was for a video
It's
game. or
cute but
something.
shallow.
Yeah. So I went for Hollywood Reporter to tell me exactly what was going on. And they were really informative. And they specifically said it's teen focused, which is a cool spin. But they actually said the people originally tied to this project were the two people whose production company like did the OC. I was like, whoa, that's a statement. And so now obviously it's not them, and now the person attached to it is the Nancy Drew lady on CW.
When Alex first had his deal, and there was all this, it wasn't the official release, but when Alex first had, like 2018, after Discovery got out of the gate and finally birthed, as painful as it was, and then things started to settle, and he had his big announcement of his, I will now be the Rick Berman of the new era. And remember all those, and there was aside from the things floating around out there, they floated out the Section 31 show, and they floated out there the Academy show.
Yeah.
But at the time, the trades were doing it. So it wasn't flaky fans, it was the trades. And they had Stephanie Savage and her producing partner, who did all kinds of things. I knew her from the Astronaut Wives Club, but she had some CW series too. But that's like an ancient history ago now. So,
well, it's interesting that they clearly had like teen focused in mind all along by who they were like looking to attach to it. And obviously, as I've learned on Trek Files, Larry's hit podcast, the Academy series has basically been on the table since what, like the early 90s, floating around, or late 80s, or like earlier.
Harv Bennett left the film franchise because he was pitching after they let Bill have his way and do Star Trek V. His next thing was going to be, here's how we'll deal with our aging cast. I'll have 2 or 3 of them like open the thing and tell a bunch, kind of like the Picard scene a few weeks ago. Old hero tells young starry-eyed kids a story, and then the whole thing is basically kind of the Star Trek 09, only not Kelvin. So it was going to be a cadet story with like maybe D. Kelly, whoever they could get to kind of frame it. And of course they said, no, we want to give these guys a nice proper exit. So Harv got in a huff and left, and that's why he left the franchise. But then someone pointed out to me the other day that the original idea for an animated series, like in 71, was for Saturday morning was the cadet thing. So, this idea has been around. But in the 90s, everybody was saying, the fandom then was like, oh, please, not Star Trek 90210. We don't want a teenage angsty soap opera. Yeah.
And lo and behold, now it's happening.
Well, I have a lot more faith in this generation to not screw that up the way I don't know how they could have avoided it in the 90s. So I'll just say that.
I'm with you, Larry.
I haven't seen the world now go, oh, no, not, because half the world doesn't think about 90210 anymore. But I haven't seen people go, oh, no, not angsty cadets, I think, because that's what half of fandom TV shows are now, about angsty cadets. So anyway.
Absolutely.
It'll be interesting to have it behind a paywall, because like, I don't know if the teens are in charge of what they stream. So like, it won't be on CW, which is kind of like that targets them.
They
Well,
don't care
interesting
about
to see
who's
if they have
buying
it.
the subscriptions. They want to know who's running Instagram for Star Trek. That's what they want to see.
Mm.
And TikTok. And, you know, they want socials to skew real young.
It'd be nice to see some like stunt casting too to get them watching more.
What stunt casting could they? Oh, do you mean like within the Star Trek realm, or do you have your eye
I
on
mean,
some
like,
particular
well, I mean,
teenagers
like
that you think would be
whoever's
great?
hot with you know, like a Davy Jones lookalike, whatever the kids like these days.
The pirate?
Davy
Every- the
Jones.
Is it Harry Styles now, right now? Or somebody
Probably.
like that? Somebody with
Wait a-
hair.
Way to set your demographics in concrete there, Anne-Marie. What are the kids like? Yeah.
Yeah. What's the equivalent of Davy Jones?
So are we sure that this thing is going to take place in the 32nd century as a spinoff from Discovery with Tilly? Or is it possibly going to be in the 25th century like Picard is, so that we could have Miles O'Brien as
I wish.
some kind of
important
awesome.
man in Federation history.
Right?
exactly.
That's
We got to
right.
find out what happened.
And Keiko.
Yeah.
I got the
Now,
impression
he could
this
be the
is
new
the disco
Boothby.
time.
Like
The
it.
one
Yeah, that's
piece
what I
of
think.
meat in that goofy, cutesy Instagram square was the Academy has not been open for 100 years or something. The first cadets.
Oh,
Right.
So it's like, well, then
maybe
what are
it
they?
is.
Exactly. That's
maybe
why
Yeah,
it
that
has to
fits.
be Discovery time.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody at home, you are our current marketing campaign. So please make sure you like this video. That helps boost it in the algorithms. Every like that you give it, YouTube spreads this out to, I can't make up a number. It's not true. But like, if you give it a like, it helps. And make sure you're subscribed to this video, and go ahead and hit the share button, and you can tweet it out to your pals. But anyway, yeah, it's got to be. Thank you very much. What was Cher? Was that you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
Life after life. I was trying to do a Trekkie thing, but it went awry. Do you
And we've got
believe in
our-
Trek After Dark?
We've
I
got our
don't know.
first poll in the
Oh, I thought
live
you were
chat,
saying
by the
we
way.
have our first caller. I was like, we don't get callers.
We do. Yeah, our first poll, of course, the question is, what's your favorite breakfast for dinner food? And the four that we currently have as the options are cereal, waffles, pancakes, or bagels. We will have another one. Don't worry. If your favorite is not there, it'll probably be in the second one. And so this is important.
The right
But yeah.
answer is winning. Right now.
This is important.
But since we know this has to be Discovery, it has to be Discovery era almost certainly, because of what they said as far as the 100 years that Starfleet Academy hasn't happened. Then that begs the question, what cameos can we have? You know, we know Tilly is probably going to be involved, but are we going to get some Saru? Are we going to get some Tarina? What are we going to get?
Oh.
I have a
Saru
wish
makes
list.
sense.
Oh, good. I love this.
Number
Lay it on.
one.
So you got your Federation president, you got your head of Starfleet Command, you've got,
Right? With Disco winding
Admirals
down
and-
next year, that leaves the opening. Cameos
Who
all
cycled
over the
in?
place.
yeah. Who cycled in, who cycled out over the last 5 years? Yeah.
Oh, would we get those 3 or 4 cadets that were in that one episode
Probably.
with Mary Wiseman?
Right?
Probably.
That'd be cool.
They might come back.
Good episode.
But you
Okay,
know what I
so what's
really
your
want to
wish list?
see? I want to see Jet Reno as a visiting professor teaching a semester,
Yes.
because you can never get enough Tig Notaro. Never.
Yeah.
As a grumpy substitute. That would be
Oh,
great.
hell yeah.
Licorice. Yes.
No, have her
Shut up,
have her
kids.
mow down her cat class like they do in law school the first day. I mean, like, if you're not in here to save somebody's butt, then you might as well. I mean,
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
have her-
Someone's been watching too much Paper Chase.
yeah, thank you. Yeah.
What's Paper Chase?
Oh, it's a show from like the 70s or 80s about Harvard Law School.
John
There are some
Houseman
blank
was this
looks.
law professor that would mow down the students, and then it was a movie, and then
Yeah.
they made a TV series that was too good for TV.
Hmm.
Okay,
Larry,
further back, I want to think.
Yeah.
what's the lay of the land at this convention right now? This is the preview night, right?
This is kind of preview night, although they had the VIP, like, supporters came in, but it's suddenly, just in the last 10, 15 minutes, got very busy. And one of the things, I'm not going to bother them because they just got set up, but maybe if I get a chance. So Terry did show up, and we're waiting at him there. But it's we're over in the corner. The other voice actors and actors are over here. So, but it'll be more. It's been around for like a decade, but last year they had Doug Jones, who kind of blew the lid off they had Doug and Tim Russ, and the lines, and it was their first one after. This is also a corner. They're like halfway between Houston and New Orleans on I-10, on the 10. And they've been blown away. Aside from COVID, they had like 2 major hurricanes come through. There was some annoying noise.
That's for you.
Finally got it shut
That
off.
was for hurricanes.
Applause for shutting it off. They had 2 hurricanes go through within a year. Like, nobody rebuilt from the first one until they got. Anyway, they've been slammed, and so last year's was their first post-COVID comeback, also after rebuilding from the hurricanes, and they had like double what they had in 2019. The last year they had. So Doug helped them really have a huge turnout, and Tim. So they were all like, "Oh, there's a reason to keep going." So this is their second one after that. So they're hoping it's. And this year they have Terry, they have Mary McDonald, and several.
Oh, cool! Battlestar Galactica.
Cool. Yeah.
And their big anime convention here in New Orleans, which was family run, finally shut down out of fatigue and exhaustion. And apparently the whole anime community has decided this is their convention to come to.
So everybody at home, did you hear that? Terry Farrell is like 8 feet to the left of Larry, which means if we all yell her name loud enough, she'll hear us and embarrass him.
So I have not got to say hi to her, and it's been ages since I said hi to her, and we share the same handler, but I want to let them get settled before I bother them. So
sure.
They just literally came in and got their photos down and everything. So.
And who was it?
Like
Lucia. I think it was Lucia out in Brazil asked Larry, what convention is this?
This is CypherCon, like Cypher, only it's it originally stood for something, but it's been going for about 10 years, not counting the pandemic. Southwest, it's really literally like an hour north of Houston, a little over the state line into Louisiana. It's Cajun country. It's called Lake Charles. They have an inlet that comes up from the Gulf of Mexico, and they have barges unload out here. So it's like an hour north of the Gulf, but they have sea traffic come in. And they have goofy original story about like Jean Lafitte, the pirate, sailed up and took, in 1810, took the mayor hostage and made him walk the plank. And they have a whole colorful, goofy origin story. Yeah. You can tell I've been here like 6 or 7 times because I've I know that.
I love it.
I could outdo their Chamber of Commerce. Yeah. Anyway, but it's very fanish and very hometown, even as they grow. And I've known the people that did it since they were babies in their conventioneering. So I don't mean like years ago, but I mean the first year or 2 they had me come. So they've come a long way.
Oh,
cool.
Awesome.
But if you're in like Northeast Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, if you're in that area, it's well worth your time coming down. So good con.
Yeah.
And they always have a good con cake at the party to close out.
Ooh, con cake.
Said cake.
And,
yeah.
I still haven't eaten my barbecue.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you get
man.
complimentary barbecue.
Which was wasn't from the con, it's from the vendor going around seeing all the guests.
That's amazing.
That's so cool.
Speaking of so cool, so the first round of the polls, everybody's asking, what happened in the polls? What happened in the polls? Well, we'll tell you. The first round was bagels got 6%, cereal got 18%, which really surprised me. I thought that everybody everybody talks about you having cereal for dinner, right? But maybe we just kind of brag about it, but they don't really do it. Waffles got 25% and pancakes got 50%. 50% pancakes.
Really? Pancakes?
Yeah.
Rebels.
Well, are they thinking go out to IHOP, or are they thinking make it?
I think
at home?
so. I think
Because
so.
I would have said, I didn't even, you blew me away when you said this, but when you did the choices, I remembered when I was a kid, my mom would make waffles for a fast dinner, but she had a
Yum.
thing. I swear to God, and I can't find this in any known cookbook, and I've been looking for decades. She would make tuna waffles, but it wasn't like tuna with the waffles, like tuna waffles and chicken. She put like flaked up the tuna really, really tiny and put it in the batter, and it was cooked into the waffles. But it gave them a lot of,
Like Melissa's about to throw up. If you
sorry,
say one more word, Melissa's going to retaste her fritters.
And when this comes up once a year, that's the reaction about half the people. They go, "Ah." But I can't find any recipe. I thought this was in my mom's Better Homes and Gardens cookbook, and I can't find it anywhere. So maybe I imagined the whole thing, but I swear to God. But anyway, I would have said waffles. Of any kind, I would have said waffles.
Good call.
Well, speaking of which, check this out. So the second poll is the same question, but it's between French toast, omelet, eggs, or oatmeal.
Oatmeal's going to get no love in this.
I know, why not? Poor
I'm addicted to oatmeal.
Look,
lately. It's so
oatmeal's
good.
a hard thing to like. I get it.
Oatmeal is good, and
It can
if you
be.
add things to it.
But you have to give it some
cinnamon and
effort.
brown sugar and everything.
I add
Yeah.
so much crap to my oatmeal. Like it to me, it's like oatmeal is like ice cream. The more just everything. The more you add to it, the better it is. For me, like the best ice cream is the one that has like chocolate and chocolate swirls and chocolate chips and caramel and fudge and marshmallows and baby bunnies, just everything just crammed, whatever nuts, I don't care, pretzels. That's how I am with my oatmeal. I like peanut butter, chocolate, whatever. If you have like tortilla chips with flaxseed, put whatever. It's really good that way.
Do you have room for the oatmeal in all that?
Sometimes I forget the oatmeal.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what that sounds like. Is at that point, is it oatmeal anymore?
I don't know, but it's a lot of flavors. I like some of them too.
Yeah.
But you're right, oatmeal is not doing well. And let us know, everybody in the live chat, for the third one. I've got two more for the third one. Donuts, fritters. What else is there? Toast?
Croissant?
Oh, croissant.
Oh, coffee and
Maybe a scone?
Okay, we'll do scone instead of
back in the
toast.
box. I don't even think of croissant
Oh,
as a
but
breakfast.
muffins.
But
Muffins are
muffins.
breakfasty.
Sure.
Yeah, but muffins. I think is what
Butt
you said.
muffins?
That's what you said, right? You said, "Oh, butt muffins."
Oh.
I'm just envisioning a muffin now. It's got like a little line down the center.
Hot
This
cross
can't be a
muffin.
muffin. It's got a crack in the middle of it.
But muffin.
All right, everybody. Anne-Marie's getting pissed. We got it.
I can take off on 7 different
I'm like,
directions right
yeah,
now.
I'm also like, why are we talking about breakfast for dinner? Like,
Why are we talking about the
This is
cracks
very
in the
important.
food that we eat? Yeah.
Breakfast for dinner is delicious.
Yeah,
It's
it always
delicious.
is.
very riveting.
Okay. All right, back to work, everybody. So Starfleet Academy. We know probably Tilly. We know probably Discovery era, 32nd century. We know
Oh, here's my
definitely
question.
Tawny Newsome. That's
was
it. That's
Van
really
the
all
one
we know.
who-
And we know production begins next year, which means the writer's room is already gathering. They're already writing stuff.
Mhm.
If they're shooting it next year, then that means it'll probably premiere maybe at the end of next year, or more likely 2025. But what were you saying, Anne-Marie?
Was Vance the one who asked Tilly to like start teaching at the academy as if he was sort of like a part-time dean?
Yeah, so maybe him.
So maybe
You can
he'll be
find
in
us
it?
if you want to.
You know what's really
I
interesting
wonder-
too is if you go on IMDb, they've actually said everybody who's writing on Discovery for all the episodes except for episode 1. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they put up on IMDb once they've added this. I haven't checked yet if it's added yet, but some of the articles actually put like a list of producers, and a lot of times producers are like also the writers. And there were quite a few I didn't recognize. So I need to go investigate if they could like backdoor be telling us their writing room.
Wait. Where did you see this on IMDb?
Well, the IMDb is for Discovery.
Uh-huh.
And so then, but anyway, so like on a different note, there was an art, I'm not sure if it was StarTrek.com or else like Hollywood Reporter. They listed a paragraph of all these names associated with the show for producers and different levels of producers. And a lot of times like the writers have those credits or the directors have those credits. So there were quite a few names I didn't recognize. So that leads me to believe they were kind of low-key telling us their writer's room. But I haven't looked into that fully yet.
That's an interesting thought. So you're saying that the new names that you didn't recognize from Discovery, you're surmising might be at least a good chunk of those names.
There were a lot of names that are like common to the secret hideout shows. So my guess is when that happens, it's like people who are actually in the writer's room who we just don't know yet.
We should ask
Because I doubt
Tawny.
they know the actual directors.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, super cool to look into.
Do we know, okay, do we know anything else about this series? I feel like there's got to be something that we're not.
This was just an announcement. We got nothing besides this.
It's going to be on Paramount Plus.
Oh, you're really reaching now.
Yeah.
It's going to be Star Trek, Starfleet Academy.
It's going to take place at the Academy.
Will we see, will they actually shoot at the place where they used to shoot Starfleet Academy? I mean, obviously most of it will not be because it can't house any kind of interior production except for one or two tiny buildings that could do one or two tiny things. But maybe some exterior shots just to give it. Well, no, not if it's not if it's 800 years later.
We do know something else.
Right.
They talked about what it's about, which there was like learning and first time loves, and also an enemy that's common to the Federation as well as Starfleet Academy, like overarching. So that very much sounds like a Discovery also situation to have like one big bad and over.
Well, what do you guys think about this then? Do you think that Starfleet Academy, this series, was just going to always start when Discovery ended?
I'm shocked.
And so then that way, as soon as they announced that Discovery ended, now they're going to do Starfleet Academy? Or do you think the plan was always to just have Starfleet Academy at this time and it's not tied to Discovery? Because if it's in any way tied to the Discovery era and this or that, and if they're going to be swapping over some of the writers, maybe it was just like they were just waiting for Discovery to end before they can start Starfleet Academy. What do you guys think of that?
Well, it kind of seemed like they were laying the seeds for Starfleet Academy in Discovery with Tilly. So there had to have been some, prior thinking about it.
Right. But the timing, I do wonder, since it sounds like the end of Discovery was announced, it's somewhat of a shock to the cast that it's just kind of sheer dumb luck that they've got this hanging thread and now they can go right into it. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's exactly what they
honestly, I'm like completely shocked since this has been in the like a thing that's been floating around in the ether for decades. And I always
but especially the last few years.
But I always thought if it happened, it would be like in the Picardy timeline up until that episode of Discovery where like they clearly were setting it up for Tilly to be teaching at Starfleet. But I'm still surprised. This was like especially like a day or two after that huge reveal about the new series, or like not the new series, the new seasons and the start dates and the order. And then also with First Contact Day coming up, like I'm completely shocked that this announcement came out yesterday,
Hmm.
Yeah, good
which
call.
is kind of
Yeah.
fun. I love that Star Trek can still surprise me after all these years. Yeah.
Wait a second. Our friend Pat B, good night to you, says, night, everyone. The pain from this broken ankle is kicking my butt, so I'm off to bed.
I'm
Anne Marie, you
so
know all about the broken
sorry.
ankles.
I
You're
broke my
just
ankle,
recovered.
like 7 or 8 weeks ago. I'm so sorry. It's not fun.
Ugh,
Oh,
yeah, that sucks.
rice. Keep it elevated, use ice, rest, and compress it.
Oh, it's an acronym. Got it.
And
Okay.
ibuprofen.
I was like, we're not fixing a phone you dropped in the toilet. With rice, they say it soaks up the.
Yeah.
So
That allegedly works.
Oh, that's too bad.
hey, Fran Iverson and Glenn Iverson, we were talking about you guys in our Next Generation review today, by the way. Do you remember that, Melissa Longo?
Yes. Iverson's disease.
That's the one, but maybe that sounds worse than how we meant it. But yeah, you got a non-appearance mention, so that's really cool. And what's up, Reginald? Robert Kaiser says, where did he say that? The quote, first time loves and big enemy stuff makes me somewhat worried, but let's see.
Right. Got to give it the benefit of the doubt for now.
It'll be interesting. But
I don't think any of us wants Starfleet Academy 90210 or whatever the equivalent is for 2023.
Yeah, not Starfleet Academy, the CW. Definitely not.
Nah.
That's
no
what
Dawson's
we're gonna get.
Creek or any of that kind of thing either.
That's
Sure.
it'll just be interesting to see if they can reach that audience from Paramount Plus's paywall. Like that's an audience that I thought you kind of had to reach through, like more mainstream streaming services or the CW, because they're not like in charge of their parents' credit cards. But
I don't know. I don't know if that was.
I don't know if Paramount has like other shows aimed at that age group that they already will have the streaming service.
No.
That's a good question.
But
I don't
like
know.
definitely like the press releases that were coming out like last night after this original kind of cryptic cutesy announcement were definitely like in the headlines said like teen focused.
Right. Which is fine.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, look, here's the thing. Remember, there's another show that was children focused that, a lot of people thumbed their nose at, this French snob included. And then they watched it and they were like, oh, this is still a lot of fun because it's still adult writers writing a cool show, and it just happens to be starring kids.
Plus, I just binged Heartstopper on Netflix, which is about like this adorable high school gay romance. And so I'm like, you know what? It can be for all ages.
Exactly.
Because it's up for BAFTA awards. I was like, okay, I'll give in. I'll watch a teen drama TV series. Or
Bantha Awards?
BAFTA, the British television.
Bantha, everybody knows, is a Star Wars animal.
And I have to say, Wednesday is a teen-focused show, and that was really good, in my opinion. That was a very...
That's right. Watch the first. Oh, the show's called Wednesday. It's not a Wednesday show. Got it.
I do wonder how much of an entry point this show might end up being for first timers in the same way that Prodigy was. Should this be an introduction for this target audience? I think so.
I would love it.
There he's nodding his head.
Well, I love how everybody is so old school. Can you be old school on Twitter or Instagram? I love how so many fans said, oh, well, this is like CW. Well, I'm not going to watch. And I'm like, it's not for you then. It's like, when you have a buffet of flavors, this is the young adult, this is the teen flavor. It's like, okay, fine. But like Prodigy, you might get sucked in anyway. So
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Sweet.
I mean, obviously I'm watching it all.
Right. A lot of us are going to watch it anyway. It doesn't really matter what the target audience is if they're telling good stories.
Exactly.
Doesn't it make you happy that they're thinking about, like, if it's broadening the audience and especially going young, suck them in, and then they'll be rewatching old original series in 30 years. I mean, eventually.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, we need younger generations to keep this
Yeah, you don't
franchise
count
going.
that. You don't burn out one demographic with 5 shows. I mean,
Right.
No.
Right.
We
Yeah,
should
everybody
have
should
like
love that.
5
Just so-
teenagers
some people are
on
so
this
like,
show
"You
one day.
do not know."
Well, yeah, and approaching it from different perspectives, including age perspectives, is a really smart thing to do because, we all have
Absolutely.
our different.
If they take a few years to make it, we could see Cadet Ellis review it.
Well, I didn't get to see. Maybe I was watching it. Yeah, that's right. I was watching it live streaming because I couldn't go to Star Trek Day last year live. But I was so impressed with Tawny. I mean, I love her talent as an actress anyway, voice actor and actress anyway. But it's like they did that whole thing live without a stage manager or something. I don't know. But there was so clunky going from, it's like
awkward.
they would trump the panels were fine, but getting on, just the mechanics of having a live show, it looked like nobody was in charge. And poor Tawny, and I forget his name from Colbert's orchestra, who was
Paul F.
the
Tompkins.
DJ. Yeah.
No,
He
I don't
and
remember the
her,
DJ's name.
and she had Paul F. Tompkins as her co-host, but I could tell it was falling on. They were like trying to keep it going without these like dead spots in the way. And people were like, well, that DJ was horrible. It's like, he was doing 10 times more than he was supposed to do to cover the but I came out of that thinking, boy, Tawny was like she was in the live moment, keeping it together. So when she came out and said, I can't wait to tell you I'm on the writing team I was like, this girl's going places. It's like, I can just tell that she's,
She's
so
got
I
it.
was like, she's building her own little empire, and good on her.
Yeah.
If that makes any
Heck
sense.
yeah.
I mean,
It's cool.
if she got herself into the room to be a writer and not just a performer, then okay.
Super impressive.
Okay, that's my speech on that. Okay.
We've got our third poll. Just realized, so sorry, Melissa. We actually ran out of space on this poll, so we couldn't add butt muffins.
Oh.
I feel horrible.
Butt muffins would win anyway. That's not fair.
I know. I literally put in my
Bias.
notes to just copy and paste butt muffins in there, and I still didn't think of it because you're right, Shar. Everybody would pick butt muffins.
Come on.
We know our Star Trek crowd. We know what's going on. But this one is going to have croissants,
Stud muffin,
donuts,
Ooh.
fritters, and scones. Kill 2 birds with 1 scone. Okay. Sorry, where were we besides butt muffins?
Overlapped you, Ryan. Can you
I'm
run
still
them?
on the butt muffins. What?
Read them again. Can you read them again one more time?
Yes, Larry. Croissants, donuts, fritters, and scones. So there's that.
Well, who hasn't had a good dinner fritter? Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say dinner fritter.
Fritter.
Oh my gosh.
Fritter. Fun.
All right. So where were we? I got so lost in all of that.
Connie
knew some rules.
and
Yes.
Yes.
And she's building her empire.
Mhm.
Right. But we don't know.
I meant that in a good way.
Well,
Not
yeah.
fair.
We do
Yeah,
know
of
one
course.
other thing. We know the
Building her
showrunner.
career.
Right.
Mhm.
So we know the showrunner. We know
co-showrunners.
co-showrunner with Kurtzman.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which means
Okay.
she's the real showrunner after it gets up and running.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's overseeing. But that's it. That's all we know really is 2.
Yeah, that's
I
about
wonder
it
if there's
right
a
now.
way we could find out.
Mhm.
Somebody get Tawny Newsom on the horn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was
Ask
thinking the
Sarah.
writer's room was out there, but it's all the EPs.
Well,
Oh,
and Aaron Walke did say on Twitter the other day that the writers from each show do talk to each other. So
Right.
that I don't know if that's something, but it seemed like something to me.
Yeah, well, the
Like, there's
showrunners
something-
always have their every few months they get together, which they've talked about on Virtual TrekCon, which is so awesome. I love that. I just to be
Well,
on
they
a
kinda
fly
have
on
to
the
as
wall
well.
of that meeting. Exactly.
kinda
have
Make sure they're
to-
not stepping on each other's toes.
exactly
In the
that.
chat
Yeah.
room.
Right. Left hand needs to know what the right hand's doing.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Anne-Marie, you did a little research on the showrunner, the co-showrunner, right? What can you tell us?
Okay. I can't
You know how to
remember the
pronounce the
exact
first
page.
name?
No, do you?
No.
I don't yet. I was
Hoping
gonna
you did.
ask you, Dr. Trek.
I've been traveling this week. I haven't had they
Okay.
sprung this as I was getting on the plane, but
I mean, it's Noga. It's got to be Noga, right?
Noga or Naga, one of the two. Or Noga.
Or
Nog.
I
Or
read
is
Nog
it
first.
Ja?
Nog Landau. Les Landau was the director
I
of
know.
that
How
episode with the
perfect for
self-sealing stem
Starfleet
bolts.
Academy.
I was actually wondering if he's related to Les in some way.
So was I. So I looked on Wikipedia and it didn't. There weren't any
Okay.
clues as that.
I literally have not had time to do that. Okay.
What if A is just her middle initial and it's Nog A
Aaron.
Landau?
Land.
Yes. Yes,
Wow.
exactly.
Publicist has a funny way of using English then, if that was a middle initial, but okay.
Well, yeah, okay. I guess we'll be hearing more news about that. We don't know anything about casting. And Lucia mentioned out in Brazil that we don't know for certain that Tilly is going to be in it. And that's correct. We don't know.
No,
We have strong hints that she may be,
Maybe.
right?
should be.
Maybe. And we do know that she's involved in the 5th season of Discovery, so that still could lead into
Hadn't been killed off
Starfleet
yet.
Academy.
Yeah, it stands to reason. This could be.
Mhm.
It should be. I honestly would be surprised if she wasn't the lead or one of the leads.
Yeah.
Right. I would be surprised too.
I'm trying to find this quote in the
I mean,
press,
they
in the
could
real
be
press.
related. They could be related because, like, I always feel like there's a lot of crossover with people who've worked on Star Trek and then magicians.
It's a small town. It's a
I
small
know,
town,
and like,
doctor.
I just looked up Les Landau on Wikipedia, and they don't really say anything about his personal life. So, like, you never know.
Oh, bummer. Well, here's the question I wanted to ask, though. Do we know, speaking of small town, where they're going to be shooting this? Because, you
it'll
know,
be
I'm
cheap.
thinking Toronto, just because if it's Discovery related, and then they can
They have
use
the
kind of
sets
some of the
there.
sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes
And I
sense.
The only
Because
reason
we-
Picard was LA was because that's what Patrick demanded. Otherwise, yeah.
And I read that
Well,
they
and the
like
animated
fill up
shows,
a
too.
whole warehouse now in
Well,
Toronto.
I mean live
Yeah, but they don't
action,
need
the
sets.
stages. Yeah, and well, the writers, the visual effects, art people are everywhere. But yeah, the stages, HQ for the stages is gonna all be Toronto. Unfortunately, which that's my gripey thing. I gripe about till the day I die. I'm trying to find there was something about the scope of the stories, and I'm trying to find that.
Yes, it's they
Oh.
included on that StarTrek.com release.
Under the watchful and demanding eyes of their instructors, so there's a wide
Ooh.
variety of characters.
Mhm.
They will discover what it takes to become a Starfleet officer as they navigate blossoming friendships. Okay, there's your CW. Explosive rivalries. There's your CW. First loves. There's your CW squared. And a new enemy that threatens both the Academy and the Federation itself. So I saw some
There's your
people online
Discovery.
go, "Oh, great! It's a big, big bad
Exactly.
that we have to."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing that got some people who were actually reading those things went, "Can we please just have it be a character show with, and not have the big, huge threatening arc?"
Yeah.
So we'll
like
see.
another Discovery arc. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but if it's the whole season,
But here's something I found in my tenure as a Star Trek fan.
the
And
diviner goes 900 years in the future.
correct me if I'm wrong here. I could be way off base. Star Trek fans will always complain no matter what.
Mhm.
So when
This
you
is
do,
true.
if you do a character show, then they want big bad. If you do episodic, they want serialized. You do serialized, they want, because what it is really the ones that are happy, we don't hear. And the ones that are, the complete, like, kind of like it's the Faith of the Heart syndrome, which is it's the running joke that everybody makes fun of Faith of the Heart. Faith of the Heart is so terrible. It's so bad. So multiple times in multiple ways, in multiple places, I've done polls saying, do you have an overall favorable feeling towards the Faith of the Heart theme song? or unfavorable. And every time it's been 2/3 favorable. But the thing is, we
Wow.
all think the majority is
Enterprise fans
unfavorable
are
because
really
that's all
organized.
we hear. We hear the people complain about that. So we
Well,
think it's the majority, but it's not.
It's true. And having heard about Enterprise long before I watched it, I heard crap spewed about Enterprise for so long. And I was like, oh, okay. But then I actually watched it and I was like, what are these people talking about? This is actually a good show. This is a
You've
good
got
show.
faith.
There was this.
Oh.
There was a moment like in the late aughts when there was a fan campaign to have a 5th season of Enterprise, and Doug Drexler got behind it, which I threw but at the time everything was so dead, nobody cared. And Doug got out and said yes, like because he wanted his refit in X01 to be featured. But he said I did it. So I did an interview, like my early blog video thing, like 08, 09. And I went over to his house and we did this long thing with Beaky, his parrot. And I just, the best line was when he said, there are new fans of Enterprise who don't even know they're supposed to hate the show. But it was funnier in 2008. Anyway, but
no, but that's totally what it is. There are fans who don't know that they're supposed to hate the show. But yeah.
that's like there are fans of that's like original DS9 and Voyager, but DS9 was like, oh, it's too hard to watch that show. I missed 1 week and now I'm behind and I can't keep up.
Not that.
That was
it's a really fun tidbit actually that I learned. So one of my friends is a consultant for that show Evil on Paramount Plus, and he messaged me like this week and he's like, guess who's here filming for like the same episodes? Andrea Martin and Wallace Shawn. Which I was like, oh, the first Moogie and the Graham Negus on TV again. Bring them over to Star Trek. Yeah.
Where were they in?
They're filming Evil this week and like this month in New York. And apparently they're on episodes together, which I'm like, ooh, that's adorable.
Little Wallace Shawn.
I miss Cecily Adams, but it's still fun.
Yeah. Well,
Cecily,
bring them on
Larry, can you do a quick pan around so everybody can see the convention?
I'll do it. Like I said, I haven't said hi to Terry yet. I hate to go over and say, hey,
yeah,
Terry,
this won't be weird at all.
You don't have to. You don't have to bug her. Just pan around so everybody can see the whole convention.
Pan around. It's still a Friday night. See, they're busy. I guess
cool.
Mary's coming in tomorrow. Now I'm in a corner of the vendors room. There's a whole lot more of it. There's like a huge game. There's an esports and a game lounge over, and then this is just the vendors. This is just the vendors hall. You know what I'm gonna do? Walk.
Oh boy!
Take us for a ride,
put
Larry.
us in your pocket and pretend we're not.
Now
here.
I'm zooming off my.
Uh-oh. That's what we feared.
This might not go well.
We just found the one little Wi-Fi spot in the whole convention.
So this where I am. This was an arena for an arena football league team back in the day, and this was on in fact, the first year I was here, they introduced Chase and me and Chara and somebody else. We were the halftime guests of their arena football league game. I've never been on a football field at a con before. This is just the vendors. So out that far wall, you get into the gaming room and everything, and then there's panel rooms and a main stage for the main stage stuff. But this building was damaged. Yep. Oh, I'm back. I thought I lost you. This building was damaged big time by the 2 hurricanes, and they've been slowly building it back, and their nice theater is still not built back. And so they don't have some of their big stagey events, like some of the main stage people and the costume masquerade contests and all that. They're not having on the big stage they used to use because it's still not rebuilt from the 2 double whammy hurricanes. So anyway.
Wow. It's just so nice to see you at cons again. Like the smaller ones coming back.
It's good to see everybody at cons again. Yeah. So anyway, so that's why the seating is there. I'm trying to do that, but yeah, there you go. Boom. But that's just their vendors. It's not the whole con here.
Well, Larry,
Wow.
we should let you go.
Yep.
We weren't supposed to keep you on this long, but we appreciate you sticking around and hanging out. Please tell Terry that we said hello. Give her 4 separate hellos from all of us, like kind of obnoxiously.
Just kidding. I will.
It should be fun. But thanks, Larry. Have a good convention, man.
Sorry your barbecue got cold.
Yeah, all of
It's got to be a microwave summer.
Where you want to jump in with us?
Amazing.
Anyway, everybody do well. Truck well, and we'll see you later. Have fun.
Bye, Larry.
Thanks, Dr.
Bye,
Trek.
Larry.
All
Join
right.
us on Tuesdays. We'll see you on a Tuesday sometime, guys. Okay.
Yes.
Check out Larry every week on Tuesday afternoons. At what time, Anne-Marie?
Yes. So usually it's around 4 p.m. Eastern-ish, but you can follow him on Trekland, Trekland. Just type in Trekland and Larry Nemecek on
Yeah, it
Facebook
comes up
and then
pretty easily.
YouTube, and he goes on live on both of those and Twitch. It's amazing.
All right, we got a couple new people in the live chat. Wayner, what's up?
Wait, you know what we have to talk about? Sorry to
Elise
interrupt.
Hargreaves, hello, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Yes, what are we talking about?
Okay, so I heard this amazing podcast this week called Mission Log Prodigy, and Shara and Norm were reviewing the young adult book that Prodigy came out with.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
the first one,
So cool.
Supernova.
Supernova.
Yeah, not to be confused with the season finale, also titled Supernova, but yes, to be
That's
confused
what I was
with the video
wondering.
game, also titled Supernova, because they're related.
There's also the Power Man 5000 song called Supernova. Everybody knows, of
There
course.
sure is. Yeah, they're more than that one song that was popular on MTV way back when, which
one?
was good. I like that song, but yeah, they have got more than that.
Yeah, the lead singer, of course, Spider, is the brother of Rob Zombie. Everybody knows and loves. So boy, oh boy, we just bored the shit out of Melissa and Anne-Marie, though, I'll tell you that much. but what's up? Tell us about the Mission Log episode or show.
Yeah, so we're finally back. We're doing yet another between seasons installment with a product review of the first young adult novel called Supernova. And it is the same story as the video game that was released over the first half and second half break. So I have not played that yet. I want to, but having read the book first, it's going to be fun going to play the video game at some point. I'm hoping this summer when maybe I'll have some time to actually play games, but going in, seeing on the screen the visualizations of things compared to how they're in my head because of how they were constructed by the book. That's always one of my favorite things. And so Norm and I we try not to spoil the review. We try not to tell you what happens because we want you to read it. So we'll give you teeny little details to try and entice you, but we did not do a book report. It was not school. We refused.
It's really fun. I just love when you two review things because then, sometimes there's so much stuff, it's hard to know which to pursue.
It was
really
a
great.
lot of a grab bag of things, everything from the font kerning to telling the kids, hey, look, if you've read the book, answer these questions for us, because we want to hear from the audience. That's the best part of the show. Then we let them talk and we get out of the way.
So great.
Mm-hmm. So everybody, this is it. It's time for the finals of the What's Your Favorite Breakfast for Dinner Food Poll Tournament Marathon. The 4 finalists are pancakes, French toast, or as the French call it,
Toast.
pain perdu, which means lost bread. My theory behind that is just that they meant when bread goes stale,
Yes.
that's how they revive it. So it's
Yeah.
pain perdu, it's
Oh.
lost bread. Croissants, that's another Frenchy thing, and omelets. Okay, so pancakes, French toast, croissants, and omelets. Everybody practice your French accents in the live chat. Nobody can hear you, so you won't be embarrassed. It's all fine. So the other thing is, you guys, Melissa, who likes to start trouble, she found another top 10 list recently.
Oh no,
Oh,
not again.
Yeah, so
Oh,
Sorry.
is this that
That was
one
so
that's
well
about,
last week.
Oh, and this is the one that's about the music themes.
No. Oh, that's a
Uh,
fun
Which
one
is
though.
No.
This
Oh
one
my.
is the 10 best friendships in Star Trek. See, that sounds nice,
Aw.
right? We
It
like
sounds
that.
optimistic, but how are they
But
going
it-
to ruin this?
They did ruin it.
Melissa,
they
no
didn't, but I have-
spoilers.
In
There-
my
here
opinion,
are-
it was
Here are
ruined.
two things. It is from screenrant.com. It is the same fellow, Dusty
Dusty
some,
Stowe,
and
who never
Melissa gave
responded
us
to my messages about virtual TrekCon, so it's okay to.
Melissa
we can trash
gave
him,
us
is that
one
it?
spoiler. Should we give the spoiler, Melissa,
It's not
about
Nog and
No.
Jake, clearly.
Huh?
So Nog and Jake didn't win.
We should
Melissa?
we should go over the list and spoil it at the end and discuss our outrage.
All right. You see, this is a spoiler in and of itself. All right. Well,
Not completely.
let's do it. All right. We're gonna fly through this one, everybody. So it's top 10 best friendships in Star Trek. Can we even guess these top 10? No, because there's a million of these, right?
So basically,
Yeah.
this is an ad for other podcasts who have friendship. This is great.
There it is. Okay, so number
Oh my God, who's
10,
that hot guy?
Jonathan Archer and Trip Tucker.
All right.
I would have put them at
Right.
number 1, but whatever.
Oh.
No,
They're
I
really
wouldn't
together.
have. It's a good
Really?
number 10.
No, not really. But it's
Okay.
well, let's see. There's Jake and Nog, of course. There is Harry Kim and Tom Paris,
Mhm.
of course.
Miles and
Uh,
Julian.
Miles and Julian is a great one. There's Kirk and Spock.
and Spock.
Oh, that one might
Kirk
win.
and Spock. That better be up there.
Remember when
I mean,
we
they
did
won the
this?
Laffy Awards.
Yep, Virtual Trek
Mhm.
Con 3 last year for the 2022 Lappy Awards. We did Best Friendship, and
Mhm.
Kirk and Spock won that one. So that's where my money goes. That's where my Latinum goes. Anybody else? There's Kira and
love
Jadzia
Kira
was a
and
pretty good
Dax.
one.
Dax.
They're so
Yeah.
I do
fun.
too. I love them.
After this week's Picard, how about Geordi and Data?
Yes. Oh my God.
Great one.
Mhm. That's a good
Great
one.
one.
There are a lot.
Ugh, it's just not impossible.
And
not
are
to
we
smile when
counting
they're
the
on screen.
newest of the series?
Yeah, I was just thinking like Boimler and Mariner, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Teddy and Rutherford.
Again.
Oh, I like
Yes.
that one. Yeah.
I really
Mhm.
like
That's good.
Saru and Michael. In person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So number 9. Oh,
Oh,
it's speaking of croissant.
if you say Crusher and Picard, I'm turning
Yep.
off my Zoom.
It
That's
is?
what it is.
They're more than
Wow.
friends, dude.
I guess not. I guess she's
Uh,
been friend zoned. Sorry to say, Anne Marie.
Yeah, whatever.
As she sips the other half of the coffee and croissant. What was that episode called? It was one word.
Attached, baby.
Attached. Yeah, baby.
Hottest
That's right.
episode of Star Trek. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, here's a good one. Number 8, 7 of 9, and the Doctor.
yes.
Well, that's another one that I also think is a little bit more.
I think so too.
They're just wonderful together.
Could have been
That
and
would've
should
been
have
great.
been.
And they
Yeah.
are not that far down.
Mm-hmm. All right. Sounds like we're going over to number 7. Michael Burnham and Sylvia Tilly.
Okay.
That's
What
true.
cute
First couple
roommates.
seasons for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I could
Mhm.
see that. They were roomies.
How about Jadzia Dax and Benjamin Sisko
Yes.
Oh, that's a good
That's
one.
a good one.
for
Mhm.
number 6?
Yeah.
Number 5. Okay, we're into the frenemies territory. Spock and Bones.
What is
Hmm.
this list?
I know. I
Interesting.
was like, what?
I mean, they really were friends. Their whole relationship was just bickering.
Here's my question: if Kirk wasn't there, would they have ever hung out?
I think
was the
so.
glue.
That's just it.
It's like, would Elaine and Kramer, or would Elaine and George ever hang out if like Seinfeld wasn't around?
Not if Elaine had anything to say about it. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I mean, look, if Spock and Bones are on there, then Odo and Quark need to be there too while we're at it, right?
That's true.
That would be.
And this list is not big enough for all of that.
Number 4, Captain Jean-Luc Picard and William T. Riker.
Is half this list Picard, who like famously didn't have that many like intense friendships?
I just watched Anne-Marie's
Right.
face when I said Picard. She went, she was like, who the fuck? What?
Picard, he has friends.
Yeah.
I mean, they are
I
cute
wouldn't-
friends, but
They're
would not have said top
friends.
10.
More so in Picard, I think, but I don't know.
Will.
Oh my god, it's like he's here.
Number 3, the aforementioned.
Wait, that was 4?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, let's
I know.
let's hear what he has to say to justify it.
Yeah.
Commander William Riker served as Picard's trusted first officer for 15 years aboard the Enterprise D and Enterprise E. Riker was not only Picard's right-hand man, he was eventually something akin to a brother to him. Likewise, Riker considered Picard an important mentor and teacher during their time on the Enterprise.
Yeah,
By the era of
not a
Star Trek,
friend.
by the era of Star Trek Picard, the pair had become more or less family, with Picard seeking Riker's help on more than one desperate occasion. What was once a teacher and student sort of relationship eventually became one of enduring, lifelong friendship. That's true. Remember
Okay,
the
it's
scene
not
of
what
them
he writes about this.
on the dock.
On Nepenthe. I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Ugh.
but
Like-
but that was such a brief moment, and there's been so many more established friendships. I think that
It's not what they say about the friendship, it's what they're leaving out in all the other friendships.
right.
For this one, what about longevity? Is that
It
what's
is-
really
I will give you that.
elevating it?
Sure.
Yeah, good point.
And they are
Sure.
very special in Picard.
They
It's just
are.
funny that they're
Yes.
number 4.
Yeah, accounting for Picard, it's
But
all
more
right.
But more so, I feel like in season 3 than in season 1. Definitely. I mean,
Oh,
he was-
absolutely.
Okay.
Tuvok and
Number
Neelix are
3.
better
So we're down to 3, everybody. These are the big ones. Number 3 is Captain Picard and no, just kidding.
You bastard.
Char's face, like, oh,
I fell
I
for
just
it.
like-
I fell for it
And
so
other
hard.
respects,
How
I'm like-
dare you?
I think Picard and Data in some ways are more like a more beautiful friendship, but
yeah,
Okay.
later on they definitely
Mhm.
they go hang out in the
Push that a
holodeck
bit.
and read Shakespeare together.
all right, no, number 3, speaking of Data, is Data and Geordi, of course.
Yay.
Right.
That's so sweet.
Freaking, I
They're
tear up every
sweet
time they're on the
friends.
screen together in Picard.
We have 2 left. Everybody in the live chat, make your predictions now. Who are the top 2 best friendships in the history of all of Star Trek? I'm assuming the animated series is included in this.
Kirk and Spock.
Eric's and Emrys. That's my guess.
That was more than friends.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right. And everybody remember to vote on the finals of this poll that Anne-Marie hates.
I'm just not a big breakfast food person in general.
I love breakfast
Me too.
all day long.
Yeah, it'll be Harry and Tom and Kirk and Spock.
But what about Miles and
I
Julian?
know.
Somebody's
Yeah.
going to be left
He
out.
doesn't.
Who
He
will
doesn't
it be?
care.
Or Jake and Nog
Yeah,
that you may have heard of.
unless you are shipping Kirk and Spock, in which case it's not just a friendship, it's a romance.
Yeah, and it's more of a romance than Beverly and Picard. Like,
So those
It
are
sounds like
four.
it didn't go that well, though.
All four of those should be in the top 10, but there are only two
Right.
spots left.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Craziness.
mhm.
Wow.
And Paris and Kim. Did we mention that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So number 2, James T. Kirk and Spock. So we have
Okay.
a new champion. We have a new winner, according to this fellow.
Of an N,
Who
an
beats
N
that?
of 1.
And we
Number
didn't even
1 of
see-
all time. Well, maybe you'll just see for yourself. Is it Harry and Tom? Is it Miles and Julian? Is it Jake and Nog? Or is it other? Borg Queen and Girardi.
Other.
Quark
All
and
right.
Odo.
Here it comes.
Tuvok and Neelix, though, are so cute.
There we
Wow.
Miles
go.
and Julian.
All right. I don't know if they beat Kirk and Spock,
Geordi
but they're
and
definitely up
Data?
there.
I'm like, I mean, they are sweet together.
But where's Jake and Nog?
Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm
That was
sorry,
like-
but theirs is an epic.
Yeah, that ain't
friendship.
right.
Definitely in the top 10, right?
Definitely in the top 10.
I mean, I would put
Yeah.
them in the
More
top
so than
5, right on the edge of
Spock
there.
For
and
sure.
Bones.
Yeah, Spock and Bones. What the heck?
That's crazy.
Could have traded that for sure.
hmm
Okay.
Beverly and Picard.
I know.
They're ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
have a
rude.
kid.
You're still stuck
Together.
on that, aren't you?
This person just really likes Picard and thinks everybody's his best friend, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, get your last votes in. It is neck and neck right now in the favorite breakfast for dinner
Ooh.
poll. It is neck and neck.
Wow.
Mhm.
Interesting. Mhm.
Pretty
All
close.
of those sound really good.
I want
Yeah.
them all. I'm getting pretty
Okay.
hangry.
So while that's finishing, I just have to show this book that I got today that Peter Holmstrom
Ooh.
wrote. The center seat accompanying like the companion for the center seat, the series on a History Channel. And it's amazing. It has like the full like transcripted interviews from the show. And I can't even, not that I can't wait for this to be over, but oh my God, I can't wait to start reading it. As
I'm
somebody
tired of
threw
this
it,
poll.
I was like, yeah, get this poll over with. There's so many cool, like especially Sirach Lofton quotes in here, but it just looks amazing.
Yeah,
It's
he
so
was
well
all
organized.
over the Deep Space Nine
Oh my
section,
God,
just like
okay.
he was in the Center
When he
Seat
did-
docuseries.
Yes. And okay, this is not a spoiler for the Center Seat docuseries. When Sirach's on one of the episodes and he does his Worf impression, I was like, oh my gosh, Ryan has been rubbing off on this guy.
I know.
So cute.
I
Oh,
know.
why? Because he was making
His
jokes. Or...
Worf-
No, he did a
No,
Worf
his Worf
impression on Center
impressions
Seat.
Are
That job
yeah.
here is
So cute.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
So
he did the Worf impression, I was like,
so
yeah, I
cute.
my
recorded
guy.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. But anyway, if you haven't, it's available on Amazon. And if you haven't checked it out, make sure to. It's called The Center Seat 55 Years of Trek by Peter Holmstrom, who we've had on the show before. And
we
also you
had
can
on the
find
main
him.
viewer last week. And big shout out to Peter Holstrom and the Nacelle Network
Yes.
company as well.
And you can find Peter Holmstrom on Trexpert's Briefing Room, the podcast with Lisa Klink. And it's just amazing.
Okay, that's it, everybody. Poll is closed. Everybody out of the poll. It's like the pool. The winner is croissants only got 11%, omelets got 22%, pancakes got 29%, and French toast is your winner,
Victory!
37%, just barely.
Yeah.
The 37s.
Oh, French toast for the win. That makes
I
me
agree.
happy. That sounds so good right now.
I'm like, only if it's my
Sounds
mom's
really
French
good.
toast.
Oh, there's a cafe that makes really good French toast over in San Dimas, and I really want to go there now. But
Ooh.
yeah, they're closed. They're
Sometimes-
like a breakfast place, breakfast and
Mm.
lunch.
Sometimes French toast is really good with like sweeter bread, like challah bread or
Oh, yes.
the Hawaiian bread. If you do
Oh.
make
Oh,
it
yeah.
with one of those,
Had
yeah, it could be
that.
really good. Mhm.
I bet.
Holla. I love holla. So good.
Chewy, is that you?
Yum.
The ravenous appetite monster is coming out.
Yeah.
Get
Ultra
food
Running
now.
Ham calls Picard and Beverly friends with Bevafits.
Adorable.
Katie says, hey, what's up, Katie? Welcome. Says, my favorite breakfast isn't listed. Waffles, because they were listed earlier and they did not make the cut. You can blame all your buddies in the live chat for getting rid of waffles. I'd be pissed. But French toast is great. I agree. French toast and omelets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could go for all of the top 4. Yum.
They're all good choices.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the week ahead, everybody. First, let's look back. Just yesterday, did somebody say Tim Russ? Yep. Tim Russ joined the 7th Rule yesterday. So go to the 7th Rule YouTube channel, myself, Sirach Lofton, and Tim Russ. We talk about the new episode for Picard season 3. That's episode 7. Not for any particular reason, but Tim Russ was our guest that week.
He just wanted to show up.
He did. He wanted to, show some support, talk about how great Jerry Ryan has been on the show, etc. So
really nice of him.
Share some Calto tips. Yeah.
I don't remember what Calto was, but it's a card game.
It's a Voyager. It's like a Vulcan game.
Yeah.
A Vulcan strategy.
Sounds boring. So also, let's see, fast forward to Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's 12 p.m. Eastern time. Well, if you go over to the 7th Rule YouTube channel, let's see what we've got for you. It will be the Next Generation season 1 episode. There it is. 10.
Oh,
what is it?
1001.
Oh yeah. Sorry. That was my binary code joke that everybody hated. Yeah, 1100101. But that is Next Generation season 1 episode 14. Of course, it's with Denise Crosby and Sirach Lofton and myself, and we have a lot of fun talking about ones and zeros. And then at noon that day, noon Pacific time, that is 3 p.m. Eastern time, we'll have our next full Deep Space Nine deep dive release. That is episode 2, the second episode ever of the of Deep Space Nine will be released. That is past prologue with, of course, Andrew J. Robinson, who plays Garrick. And we have a great time. So go check that out. That's on the 7th Rule this coming Sunday. Then what do we got on Monday? Go over to the 7th Rule YouTube channel. Of course, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time. That is Next Generation Season 1, Episode 10, the full review of Haven. If you remember Haven, with, of course, with Denise Crosby, myself, Sirach Lofton, we're going to talk all about that. It's a ton of fun. Then on Tuesday, oh, wait a minute. We should have mentioned this at the beginning. On Tuesday, right here on the Virtual TrekCon YouTube channel, we will have the biggest, I don't want to oversell it, but the biggest announcement in all of Star Trek for the entire year.
Oh my God.
What could it be?
Thank you, Anne-Marie. The enthusiasm is palpable. But it is a huge announcement, all kidding aside. It's not that big of a deal, but it will change the landscape of Star Trek and Star Trek fandom forever.
That's pretty big.
Yep. It's going to be gigantic. So that's Tuesday, this coming Tuesday on the main viewer, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time, live. Get your VCRs ready.
If you have them.
your TiVo or whatever. All right. Then on Wednesday, lastly, of course, go over to the Falling Tower YouTube channel. Falling Tower is doing new shows, all new shows for the Watch the First podcast. So at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time, we've got Tulsa King on Paramount Plus. Melissa Longo is the guest. What a deal. Of course, Muhammad Noor is also co-hosting, and we're going to be doing Tulsa King on Paramount Plus. So check that out. Don't delay. I don't know. Isn't that what people say?
Don't delay. Call now.
Yeah.
That's something. All right. I guess that's about it. So everybody in the live chat, let's say hello to you on our way out. Thank you, Lucia, Glenn, Dave, BL, War Dog, Rose Kirby out in Derby. Go to bed. It's like 2:30 a.m. where you are right now in the UK. Robert Kaiser, it's 3:30 a.m. for you. Thanks for staying up with us. David Gregory says, by the way, he received his winnings for guessing the Lappy winners during Virtual TrekCon 4.
Yay.
So he got a whole bunch of goodies. He opened his big giant package yesterday and loved it. Thanks to Chris Marshall, Fran Iverson. We see all of you, May Borello. Cool. Shar, what's up with you on your way out? Where can people find you?
Well, you can find me and Norm reviewing Prodigy products as much as we can and as soon as they give us more on the Roddenberry YouTube channel, or you can go to podcast.roddenberry.com and you can hear it. We do intend on reviewing the second book that is already out. And as we revealed in our review that came out this week, there will be a third in August. And then hopefully in between, there will be some action figures we can talk about too. But we're trying to keep things going along between seasons of Prodigy. We love the show. We want to keep people involved. And yeah, we're mostly doing that. And I'm on the Mission Log Discord. That's just about it. I think I gave up on social media for good.
All right.
Do you know the title of the second book? Do we know it
Oh,
yet?
golly gee whiz. It's like right over there. I do not remember what it's called. I haven't started reading it yet.
Champion?
I got cliffhanger.
No. Let's look it up real quick.
Legend? I don't know, I'm just looking at
No.
books.
A Dangerous Trade
Oh.
by
All right.
Cassandra Rose Clark, who's also writing the
Cool.
third.
That's awesome.
Melissa Longo, what about you? Where can everybody find you? And where did you get that awesome shirt that you're wearing?
Well, this shirt you can get at Star Trek and Chill online on Shopify. And this is the Ferengi family, but there's also a Cisco family. And there's also other stuff like Neelix and Chill and cool Starfleet sports shirts, which is fun, really fun. And you can find me on social media at Melissa Longo, MALISSA, and also theintrovertedrepublic.com. That's where Walking Art Made by Melissa is now located.
Great. And also Dr. Anne-Marie Seagull is here. She's already ready for next Tuesday's The Main Viewer. Check out her background.
I know. And also I have my Neelix and Chill shirt, which I'm obsessed with, which is also available at the Star Trek and Chill store. And oh yeah, I'm on Twitter at Anne-Marie Seagull1.
Yeah, so that's Star Trek and Chill, everybody. You can find that in the description box below. Just click the link and buy some goodies. There are also some Neelix and Chill candles. So set the mood.
Yes, you got to get your cool stuff to wear for STLV.
Yeah.
True.
So is that like a TNG and Voyager crossover? You know, like candles, done a light the candle, and but it's Neelix and you're having ghost sex with Neelix?
Or do you light it while you're taking a bubble bath, a la Neelix and Caretaker?
It could be. And then a ghost shows up.
Yes.
You say Neelix 3 times in the mirror or something
oh
like
my
that.
God. Yes.
You're combining
Get them
it
candles. That sounds amazing.
Candyman, because Tony Todd was in, Star Trek. So that's combining TNG and Deep Space Nine.
That's true. Everybody, you can find me on Twitter at Ryan TG Husk. That's Ryan TG Husk, or just right here, Virtual TrekCon, Falling Tower, or the Seventh Rule on your favorite social media, unless your favorite social media is one I'm not on. So I guess that's about it, everybody. Thanks for the fun. Thank you to May, Glenn, Galenda, BL, Robert Kaiser, War Dog, Fran Iverson, Reginald. There was also, the Trek reviewer says Calto was a Vulcan game of intense strategy that could be made solitaire or by multiple, could be played solitaire by multiple individuals.
You can play it with Sword of Ghosts on Neelix's weird volleyball holodeck program.
That's right.
I love that episode.
All right. Well, thanks all for joining us. Have a great weekend. Make sure to like this video if you're just listening in. Please be sure you are subscribed to this video or the audio. Give it a 5-star review and refresh this video when it ends. Leave your comments below and tell us what you think of every single thing we just covered today. Thanks very much. And we'll see you next time.
And let me just say also on Twitter, it's at, I hate when you give me that look. It's important information, which is at Larry Nemecek to follow Larry on Twitter.
Yes, go follow Larry.
And check out his YouTube channel. Until then, everybody, have a chill weekend. You've earned it.